it's Tina and I'm back, and this is gonna be my very first get ready with me video for 2021. So welcome back to the channel. We are just having a good old time with some new makeup. I am trying out a new palette that was sent to me by Juvia's Place. I am looking for it. Oh, here it is. This is the Vanessa and Juvia's Place collaboration palette. It's a 6-pan mini palette. They sent this to me, and when I grabbed it, I was like, oh my god, these colors are phenomenal. I swatched it and they were so stunning, and then I saw the promo pics and I was just so blown away that I wanted to go ahead and recreate the look. So here's the look that we are going for. So this is from the campaign images. I'm gonna pop it up over here so you can see it. Oh my god, isn't Vanessa stunning? The hair, the makeup, the jewelry, the skin, the lip. Oh, this is so beautiful. And once I swatched the eyeshadows, I saw these photos, I was like, all right, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm doing it. I am recreating this look, but I also thought it would be a great time to fill you in on what the heck has been going on with me for the past month and a half. The videos that you have seen in late last year and so far this year have been pre-filmed. So I haven't been filming anything. I'm kind of rusty. It's been almost a month, but here we are, okay? We are doing this beautiful look and catching you up on some drama, okay? Because it's just been back to back to back for me for the last month, and it's just, I need to share it with you guys and, you know, just laugh about it but complain also. So if you want to catch up with me and see how I got this look, then stay tuned and I will talk to you soon. Alright guys, so as usual, we're starting off with a clean, freshly washed face. That has not changed for 2021 at all. I also filled in my brows and I went in with my moisturizer and skincare and all that. And I should have actually shared that on camera, but I didn't, so yeah. I actually was trying out this new Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 25% AHA plus 2% BHA exfoliant peel. It's a rinse off treatment, and I'll show you how this looks. It's like a purpley watery liquid that you apply all over your face and let it sit for about 10 minutes. I left it on for about 7 minutes because I said, you know what, I'm gonna tiptoe my way into this. I don't know how my skin is gonna react, so I didn't leave it on for as long as they recommended, and then I rinsed it completely off, and my skin feels great. It looked great because over the holidays, as you guys may know, I was in Florida, so I didn't have access to all my skincare, and my skin, even though it wasn't bad, like I wasn't breaking out or anything, I still felt like there was some exfoliation necessary. So that's what I used, and then I went in with my moisturizer, which they recommend you do right after, and if you're going outside, to use SPF because it does have that AHA in it. So I used the Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream from Sunday Riley, which is just a lightweight water cream moisturizer. I'm almost done with this. I am so excited to be using up my products, and I've been really liking this, so that's what I went in with. Now, as I mentioned in the introduction, we're gonna chat, we're gonna catch up, but I'm actually gonna try to replicate this look from Vanessa. Her collaboration with Juvia's Place recently launched, and they sent this to me, and I was like, oh, excuse me, thank you so much. So they've been releasing these smaller palettes. This one is one of their 6-pan palettes. They've done these mini palettes before, like the chocolates and the taupes, but they've also done a couple of quads. So we have the Melissa quad, which was released as well and sent to me, and I might pull in this deep dark brown. I don't know yet. We're gonna see, because I'm gonna try to do the look completely from Vanessa's palette since it's her look that I'm trying to recreate. Now, I already showed you the photo in the introduction, but look at that, right? Isn't she gorgeous? Like, come on, this is so stunning, and the eye look is amazing. Like, look at, oh my god, her skin, the blend, her brows, her lips, I can't get over it, okay? She is stunning. The hair, the jewelry, stunning, stunning, goddess. So let's go ahead and see if we can replicate this eyeshadow look. I don't know how well I'm gonna do because I am out of practice. I haven't put makeup on or filmed for almost a month. Yeah, it's going on a month, if not already a month, that I have not filmed. Everything that you have seen posted during December, well, not everything during December, but like anything after like the 20th was pre-filmed, and anything that you've seen so far in January is also pre-filmed. So this is my first time actually filming since I've gotten back, and I'm a little bit rusty. Plus, I don't think I'm as good at makeup as I used to be. Back when I used to blog every day, I think I was much better at makeup than I am now. Not necessarily for the skin though, because base-wise, like foundation, bronzer, highlight, contour, blush, I think I've gotten better at. But eyeshadow, girl, I used to do some looks, and somebody actually asked me to replicate some of my old looks, like redo them. And I'm like, girl, I don't even know if I could. Like, my skill level is not where it used to be. Those cut creases I used to do, child, I am not there anymore. But we're gonna try, we're gonna try. I definitely can't replicate how fabulous she looks in these photos, so we're gonna get as close to the eyeshadow look as we can. So how are you guys doing? Oh my god, it's been so long since we talked. I mean, I've been in the comments trying to respond here or there, so we've spoken. You know, you guys have seen videos. Like I said, I haven't completely stopped posting, but in December I had decided that I was gonna just stop posting the videos that I pre-recorded, because I didn't want to go below 98k subscribers for 2020, and that was just a shallow reason. And a lot of you guys were like, it's not a shallow reason, you know, that you guys believe in my channel and you like my channel a lot. So thank you guys so much for all that support. It's truly true. Like, you guys don't understand that I was on the verge of tears, and honestly sometimes those tears fell just reading the comments. Oh my god, which is why I keep doing YouTube. I was just feeling a little bit down at the end of December, because I'm like, I cannot continue to post, because if I do, my number is just gonna drop all the way below 98,000, and I don't want that. Like, my goal is ultimately to get to 100k. That is my only goal ever here on YouTube. It's not that I want to do YouTube full time, or I want this many views and this many accolades and I want to make this much money. It's not about that for me. The 100,000 mark is simply to get the plaque to say that, you know, I was here. Pretty much, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the only thing that YouTube offers you to show that you existed on the platform, like you were a part of it. So that's why I want to get that. Otherwise, I'm not trying to do YouTube full time, so it doesn't matter as much if I blow up or if I get 1 million views a video. You know what I mean? It's not really about that for me. I just went in with concealer. This is the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. The shade I use is Tan to Deep Warm. It's a warmer, more yellow toned concealer, because based on what Vanessa is wearing in her photo, it looks like a yellowy highlight under her brow. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good.
Brian from Cycle.
Hi Brian, how are you? Yes, so that was my claims adjuster from my insurance company calling me about my car, which I will fill you guys in with. We're gonna get to that point, right? Because I'm filling you in on everything. So yeah, as I was saying, the concealer that I use is more warm or yellow based, because in the photo, Vanessa seems to have like a beautiful, creamy, light yellow highlight. So I'm thinking she went in with a lighter yellow tone concealer under her brow. Anyway, I'm gonna go in with this Master Eye Prep-In Set from Makeup by Mario. And this is the shade Deep. And I'm going in with the powder side, just to set my concealer down just a little bit, because it is creamy after all, and my eyelids are very oily, so we don't want any creasing, especially with matte eyeshadows. I don't want any creasing, child. So yeah, I was in Florida for the holidays. I drove down on, when was that? Oh my god, I forget the date. Let me look it up. So I left on the 21st of December, which was the Monday before Christmas. And I got to my mom, so I left after work on Monday. I got to my mom in Maryland. You know, it took about 5 hours to get there, and then we left on the 22nd in the morning, so that was the Tuesday. And this was the time of the grand rising, okay, because this is when Jupiter and, what was it, Mars? Was it Jupiter and Mars that were all together, like doing their thing? They were very close together, so you can actually see it in the sky, and it won't happen again for, I believe, like 100 years. I may be wrong with the years, but it definitely won't be within my lifetime, so it was the time to see it. Here we go. Here we go. And I know there was like a joke on Twitter about us getting superpowers during that time. And you know what my superpower was? I got my period. Literally started my period on December 22nd, and you know, if you know, you know, okay? For me, the first day of my period is the worst. So I'm going in with Busy, which is the lightest matte shade in the palette, which is like a peachy beige shade, and I'm just buffing that in the crease area. So yeah, I was about to drive a good 18 hours on the first day of my period. Talk about torture, okay? So what I did was I had on period panties, and I also had on a pad because I don't use tampons. I cannot, okay? They hurt. And the whole period cup thing that I was attempting, whew, I am so traumatized from the last time I had a period cup in that I have not built up the strength, the conviction, and the courage to try it again. I know I promised you guys I would do a video, but girl, I'm going in with the orange now, which is Stush, and I'm gonna apply that right on my brow bone space. I'm not going in my crease, I'm going above my crease and going directly on the brow bone because Vanessa has this pulled pretty high up, and I'm also gonna pull that into the inner crease line because she has it all the way in. So yeah, my period, girl, the back pain that I felt, but it's fine, you know, whatever. I was prepared because I knew my period is gonna start. I just didn't know when. So I use the Flow app on my phone to track my period, but my cycle has been off. Like, it's between 28 to 33 days, so it's not as easy to predict anymore. It used to be 28 days, like I could set my clock to it, but now it's varied a lot, and I think it has to do with some weight gain. Girl, now I know I've mentioned that I've gained weight, and people are like, you haven't gained weight. If you look at my videos, you can see the weight gain in my face because it's definitely visible in my face. But you guys, I put on tons of weight. I started out at like 135 in January, and then now I'm 160 pounds. So in a year, I've gained 25 pounds. Okay, no, that's gonna need to not happen. Okay, so I'm 5'8", and my frame is pretty small, so my body is not used to carrying this much weight. I'm just building up the color slowly because I don't want to like overwhelm it right now. And then I think I'm gonna go in with the brown because it looks like she goes straight to the brown. So my frame is not, no, my frame doesn't know how to carry this weight, okay? Now I'm going in with BSG, which is the dark brown. And it's a warm tone brown, and we're gonna use a smaller brush. This is the crease brush from Moda Brushes. So yeah, that weight gain is not gonna work out, okay? And I know people are like, no, it doesn't look, listen, you have not seen what I've seen, okay? I'm the one that sees myself naked, and I'm just not used to this weight. I like that my thighs are thicker. Like, girl, I got them thick thighs now. Not thick, but you know, we thick, we a little thicker. My butt has not gotten any bigger though. My boobs have gotten a little bigger, but not significantly. It's going to my belly, okay? Because the way my family is shaped, it goes to the belly, okay? So I literally look pregnant. In fact, I've just played into it a little bit sometimes. Like, if I'm at the store and my stomach is pushing out, I'm just like, listen, just rock with it and let people think you're pregnant. Who gonna question me? You know what I'm saying? But that's the way my body is shaped, and how I sit, it kind of creates this little poochie pouch, and I don't appreciate it. I'm not gonna show you guys. I might one day, you know, show you where I'm coming from. But yeah, there's like a whole belly, and I have back rolls and stuff, and I know people are like, oh, you know, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like, oh my God, I'm suffering or anything. It's just, it feels uncomfortable to go from the weight I was to this weight right now. And it's about being healthy as well, because I know putting on this much weight in that short amount of time is not, you know, the healthiest. And I don't know what my blood work would look like now. I probably want to go ahead and do that just to check out like all my levels. I do my blood work every year anyway to check like where I'm at, but I haven't done it since last year, so we'll see like where we are at. But right now I don't feel as energetic as I used to feel. I don't move as quickly as I want to. Girl, going up some stairs could take a toll. I'm breathing heavy. I'm like, no. So I'm gonna need to work on that. I got new sneakers because you guys know, if you watch me and you're keeping up, my ankle, I sprained my ankle in March, which added to me not moving around. So that added to the weight gain. Plus we're inside. Plus it's COVID. You ain't going nowhere. And I haven't been as active as I used to be. So I got new sneakers. They have like a comfortable ankle support. It's not like a high top where it supports your ankle completely, but it holds my ankle in place. And then the sole of it is very soft. It's like a foam design. So I really love them. I'll insert them right here. They're New Balances. I've never had New Balances before because New Balances are for certain people. It's just a running joke, but anyhow, New Balances. So this was recommended as one of the top running shoes, and I said, all right, let me try it out. I'm not gonna be running, you know, because honestly, truly, I have 2 left feet and running is not my forte, especially with my ankle, like, but I'm gonna be on the treadmill and I wanna start working out a little bit more and doing like more aerobic style exercises just that I find online, and we're gonna get to it, okay? So that's what I'm doing. And I know I gained weight because you know what? If you're from a West Indian family, especially Jamaican, just know that everybody commented on my weight down in Florida. I have cousins and my brother, and everybody was like, Lord, what a way Tina get fat? And I'm like, first of all, okay, yes, you're not wrong. However, leave me alone. So it wasn't mean or anything. It's family. Like, they're gonna comment on your weight. Like in black families, that's just what we do, okay? So I'm gonna use a Kua. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the more berry tone shade, and it looks like they may have used a little bit of that on the crease area as well because it looks red orange. So I'm gonna pop some on that crease line as well. Ooh, that's pigmented. So when I got this palette, I was like, ooh, that looks nice. I swatched it and I was blown away, so blown away that I posted it on Instagram right away. I'm gonna try to get better at posting swatches on Instagram because I think it's very helpful to have them there. And since I'm swatching them for like haul videos, why not post the swatches to Instagram? So that's what I am going to do. So yeah, my family was like, girl, you gained a lot of weight. And I'm like, mind your business, because y'all are all bigger than me. I'm still one of the smallest in the family. So get away from me. Get away from me. My niece and nephew were laughing at me too. I'm like, y'all are so rude. But no, I do need to lose some weight for myself. Like, it's not because of vanity. It's a little bit because of vanity, let's be honest. Like, really, truly, I want to be like fabulous naked, okay? And tomorrow is my birthday. I'm about to be 38. When you're seeing this, is past my birthday anyway. But listen, I am trying to be hot and saucy at 40, okay? I'm trying to be sexy, okay? So I'm about to get on my grind with the weight thing. So that's one of my goals for 2021. Also, to read more books. I signed up for Kindle Unlimited, so I've been reading those books. I had an audio book that I listened to on the way to Florida, like during that drive. Girl, oh, the drive down was like 18 hours. And I did the majority of it myself. Someone else drove for like 2 hours out of it. But yeah, I'm going in with the dark red brown shade from the Melissa quad. It says it's a palette, but it's really a quad, right? Because I really want to deepen this crease up, and I'm just gonna go in again with the smaller brush. But yeah, I drove the majority of the way. Even though I didn't drive all the way, I drove the majority of the way. And then on the way back, someone else drove to Maryland, thank God. And they drove the whole way. I was the backup driver, but they took the whole ride, and I'm like, wow, like, good on you, because that drive was a good 18 hours too. Because remember, you're stopping in between. Like, the straight drive is not 18 hours, but you're stopping and getting food and bathroom breaks. And then my mom's husband is older, so he likes to stop and stretch his legs, and he had a heart attack a couple of years ago, so he wants to make sure there are no clots, you know, like move around. So we do the rest stop breaks and then the food breaks, of course. These colors are layering up phenomenally. I cannot. Oh, wow. I love this. Okay. So there seems to be a cut crease situation. Oh, wait. Hold up. I'm going back in with the red shade and popping it on the outer lid because there's a little pop of that that's showing in the photo. It's just right at the outer lid area. Not pulling it too far in. Just so we can see some of that. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go back in with the dark brown, mix the two dark browns together from both palettes and deepen up that outer V. But yeah, it was a really good trip. We left, I think I came back this weekend, so we spent 2 weeks there and I had a good time. It was fun to be around my family and see my nieces and nephews. They're so big. My littlest nephew, he got so big. He is as tall as my older nephew, his big brother, and it's just like, whoa. So he's only, I think 12. So you know he's gonna get much, much taller. Like my brother is 6 feet, my dad is 6 feet, I think. So we have tall enough people on our side, but I think he's gonna be well over 6 feet, child. And then I saw my cousin and his son is so tall. His son is gotta be like 6'3". I mean, these kids are growing up so fast because my older nephew is in college. He's at FIU in Florida, and then my other cousin, my cousin's son, which it's my second cousin, but it's really like you look at them as like a nephew because they're your nephew's age. The point is, okay, he is also going to college, and then my other cousin's like, everybody's in college, and I'm like, when did I get this old? What? When did I get to this point? But it's so exciting to see them growing up and just doing the damn thing. Okay, so there's a cut crease situation going on, and I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario, the same prep and set thing, but this one is medium. So I'm gonna grab the lightest shade in here. I don't know how this is gonna work for a cut crease, but we're gonna try. So yeah, before we went to Florida, like I said, I had to drive to my mom's house, right? They're staying in Maryland. They've said no to New York because of the COVID cases. So, ooh, that might work. So they're in Maryland and we drove down there first, which is good because that breaks up the trip so it's not just a straight 24 hours. Even though it kind of still ends up being 24 hours. So before that trip, I wanted to make sure my car was in drive-in condition because my car is old, okay? I do not want to give up my car. I've been dreading the day that I have to get a new car, which I think I have to get one this year. Because girl, it's just been non-stop drama with my car. So I was gonna make sure that I got an oil change. I did the tire situation, made sure my brakes were all good, you know, because it's a long trip. Ciao! Before I even got to do that, like a week and a half out, my car, I went in, I started it, and that girl said, nope, VSC system check. So you know the check engine light comes on, and I was like, oh geez, and then it started to overheat even though I was driving like a mile, and I'm like, oh crap, you know, there's definitely something wrong. So I have to take it into the shop. So thankfully there's a dealership near me that I could go to. I didn't have to get it towed. So I made it in time to the dealership to get it checked out. Now, before I got to the dealership, while I'm driving there, guess what happens? I get pulled over by the cops, and I'm like, here we go. What? Like, I'm driving 2 miles an hour because my car is overheating as I'm driving, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't overheat, and I have to pull over and wait for it to cool down. Like, I'm trying to minimize the damage that I'm causing to my engine right now, and this guy is over here coming to pull me over. Why are you pulling me over, sir? And it was raining on top of it. He pulls me over and he's gonna tell me that, oh, your tints. And I'm like, here we go. So I have tints on my car. Tints are illegal in New York for passenger cars. SUVs can have tints on the rear windows, but for passenger cars like I have, you can't have tints. I know that, but I have leather seats and I also want to protect my skin, so I have tints. And I've had tints for years now, and the law went into effect just a couple of years ago. So I had tints before they had that requirement, and now it's just like, all right, fine. So it took a few years for me to finally get a ticket, but I got a ticket, I got a summons, and I'm like, okay, guy. I'm like, I am on the way to the dealership because my car is about to fucking break down, and this is what you're gonna do? He gives me the summons, whatever. He's like, oh, you just have to remove the tints and you won't have to pay the fine. And honestly, I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna pay the fine and not worry about it. Until I found out the fine is $208 per window. So it's not just, if it was just $208, I'll pay that and keep it pushing. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with the beige shade because that's what she seems to have on her lid. So I would have just kept it pushing if it was $200. You know, just pay the ticket, deal with the consequences, don't matter. No, this is not as light on me as it is on her, so I'm gonna try to go in. Let me go in with a lighter beige shade. Just gonna grab this shade here and mix it in with the, yeah, that will work. So I was like, oh crap. So I'm gonna remove my tints. The cost of removing my tints and then putting them back on after the court date is less than paying the tickets, which I think is dumb, because if they really wanted to make money, but I guess it's the law, they want to make sure you don't violate it. But if they wanted to make some money, which is really what this is about, right? I mean, yeah, it's the safety of the officers too, because you want to be able to see into a car. But girl, I wasn't doing nothing crazy. He could have just sat that one out, but whatever. So I gotta remove the tints and then I'll put them back on later on, because again, leather seat and skin. I am not trying to be out here with the sun beating down on me, right? So yeah, that happened. Went to the dealership, they dropped me home, and then they called me later and told me my radiator was busted, which made sense because that's why the car would overheat, right? And also my water pump. So I spent about $2,000 in repairs. No problem, my car is old. I expect these things, like, yeah, this was bound to happen eventually, so it didn't surprise me, but that was like, I did not need to be spending $2,000 in the middle of Christmas. Let me go ahead and grab Blanc Type from MAC. So I did that, fixed the car, and I felt good about it because now they did all those repair works. We did an oil change, they rotated my tires, all that stuff. We good, right? Check my brakes, so on and so forth. So now I went to Maryland, picked my mom up, then we drove their car because they have a larger minivan, so of course that's going to be more comfortable for the trip. With 4 people in the car, you need to like stretch your legs out and stuff, so that was good to drive their car down. So we drove their car down. We're in Florida, had a good time, grand old time. I think this looks great. My cut crease isn't as sharp as hers, and let's see if I can finagle it. I'm gonna grab the deep brown red shade from the Melissa palette, and I'm gonna use a little brush. This is a lip brush from MAC. It's a 231, and just go along the cut crease a little bit more to define that a little bit. Yeah, see, this is how I do my cut creases. I don't really do what I see a lot of Instagram artists do. I haven't mastered that technique where they cut it out, cut their crease with concealer. I do cut my crease with like a cream product, not necessarily concealer, but I also define the crease with a really tiny detail brush and just blend it out instead of like covering my lid in eyeshadow and then cleaning up with the concealer, because I just feel like that's just messy. So for me, how I do mine, it's just, it feels a little bit more messy, and I'd rather just do the detail work with a small brush, and these brushes work well. This is actually a lip brush. So yeah, so we drove down, fine, good, we're well and dandy. My brother's house, awesome. Kids, awesome. Good times, right? New Year, blah, blah, blah. Now we come back. Come back now. And driving from Maryland back to New York, guess what? I got a speeding ticket. So they have this area, it's Route 13, that goes from a 55 miles an hour to a 45 miles an hour speed zone. And it happens like this, and you have to be mindful. And I was looking for it, but I didn't see when it happened. So the cop caught me in the 45 going 61. And if you were in the 55, he would have just been like, whatever, go on. But I was in the 45 zone, so he gave me a freaking ticket, and I'm just like, can this get any better? Like, what is happening? So yeah, okay, fine, whatever. But also, you want to hear what happened? So also, when I get back to Maryland and I grab my car, because my car is parked by my mom's house, I grab the car, and when I drive off, I'm like, my brake doesn't sound good. Like, the brakes just sounded awful. It was like this whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, something's wrong with the brakes feel fine. Like, they're not loose or anything, but that sound is definitely not good. So check the rotors. Lo and behold, I needed rotors. So now I spent another ton of money getting my rotors changed out. But thankfully, I was able to get it done the same day and left out. Okay. Come back. No, come back. Nice. Okay, fine. I came back on the Saturday. I'm relaxing, chilling. I came back Saturday night. Like, okay, at least, you know, I went through the whole speeding ticket, having to change my rotors and all that. But I made it back home safe and sound, fine. Sunday no, because now my refrigerator is empty because I emptied out everything before I left, like all the perishables, you got rid of them. This looks fantastic. I really love it. It's not like as bold as hers in her photo, but it's fine. It's fine. I really like it. Okay, let's pull out and do a little face work. You know what? Do I really want to cut it out like she did? I do have my cut crease canvas from Makeup Revolution. Should we try it out? This is in the shade Create, which is the light shade. Like, that is really light, right? Should we attempt it? Perhaps. If you hear that, that is my heat running. But, yeah, that's another story too. But, so I come back Sunday. I'm out and about. I'm going to the supermarket, right? To get some food. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly. No, I'm using the Inglot 22T brush. This is their concealer brush. And I'm just gonna do the cut crease with that base. And I'm gonna have to keep my eye a little bit open like this because I don't want it to transfer before I can really like figure out where I want it. Because I think I put like way too much product on that side. Which is why I don't like using concealer or like a wet base to do the cut crease. But yeah, so I think, yeah, that looks decent. So yeah, so Sunday now I'm going out to get groceries and stuff. So I head to the parking lot, right? So I see somebody's car stopped right in front of my car. So I'm like, oh my god, why is somebody blocking me in? As long as they're in the car, they'll move, it's fine. Now when I get to my car, I realize, yeah, there's no one in the car. And they aren't just blocking me. Guess what? Guess what? They hit my fucking car. Like, could things get any worse? Like, how many issues am I gonna have with my car? Which is why I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign that I need a new car this year. And originally, the plan was to get a new car and give my nephew my old car. But what happens is my brother ended up buying him a new car because for insurance purposes it was actually easier, and they just got him a new Honda, and that way, you know, it's a little safer. It has all the features like the backup camera because my car doesn't have the backup camera, but yeah, like it has all those features. Insurance is cheaper, and they did a really good down payment on it, so he has a very low monthly payment that he's working and paying that off. So, you know, it works out. It teaches him responsibility and all that. But that was the original plan, but low-key, I was happy that I didn't have to give up my car, so I kept my car. And all this has started to happen. So now, yeah, the car hit my car in the parking lot, and I'm just like... So I come back to the house because I had left my phone. I was looking for my phone because now I gotta call 911 and I gotta take pictures. So I come back inside, I grab my phone, and as I'm heading outside, I'm calling 911 because I need an accident report, whatever. And as I'm walking to the parking lot, I see cops pull up, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I'm thinking, like, I'm giving this person the benefit of the doubt that they hit my car, like they were backing up, hit my car, they realized it, and, you know, left the car there so, like, it would be evidence of what happened, and they called the cops. So I'm like, okay, you know, cool. So I see the cop, and I'm like, hey. He's like, did you call? I'm like, no, I didn't call. I just came out, and this is my car that was hit. And he said someone had called the cops because they saw what happened, and he's there for that. So I'm like, good. A good Samaritan was doing the right thing and making sure that they reported it, because the person that drove the car had no idea. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, thinking, oh, you know, she was just doing the right thing. No, she had no idea. So you want to know what happened? This stupid bitch. And I'm upset right now because she had the nerve to have an attitude. But anyhow, this stupid bitch, she actually parked her car, left her car in neutral, okay, jumped out her car, went on her merry way, and her car, because it's on a slope, rolls back and hits my car. Now the thing is, her car could have rolled straight back and it would have just hit a fence, but because she can't park, she drives like a stupid ass and parks all stupid, she parked at an angle, and so when the car rolls back, it rolls into my car at an angle. And I'm like, so my tail light is broken, my bumper is cracked and dented, and my trunk is like off kilter, and I'm like, I want to punch her so bad, right? So now we're trying to figure out like where she lives, because you can't tell where people live by their cars because there's no identification in the car, right? So now one of my neighbors, they're like, oh, we see her all the time, and it should be one of these apartments, right? So the officer goes and knocks on the that apartment and asks her, like, is this your car out here? And she's like, oh, no, it's not, right? And the officer is like, do you drive a white Traverse? And she's like, and then she looks in the parking spot and notices that her car isn't there anymore, you stupid bitch. And she's like, oh my God, what? And she comes out, right? And she's being hysterical, like, I don't know what happened, like, yeah, well, you're at fault, miss, because the officer actually went into her car because apparently her car wasn't locked, and he said, oh, get away from in front of the car because the car is still in drive. I'm going back in with the blanc type. The car was right there in drive, so apparently when it hit me, it probably shifted back into drive or something, you know what I mean? Or it was like in between drive and neutral, and with the impact, it slipped into drive. So the car was in drive, and it was dangerous, obviously. The officer put it in park, but she's there getting on like, oh my God, I can't believe this, am I? And then she's giving me an attitude. My neighbor's taking pictures to show her girlfriend because she's like, look at this fool that parks all bad. Like, I would do the same thing. Like, look, if I witness that and it's somebody that I know can't drive and just does like craziness, then of course I'm taking pictures to share, right? And then she's trying to get into an argument with the neighbor, and she's trying to get into an argument with me, and I'm like, first of all, bitch, okay, you hit my car, okay, don't you And the officer was like, you know what, don't even deal with her, we'll deal with her. She's being hysterical, people react differently. I think that looks a lot better, I like it. So, yeah, they're dealing with her, filling out the accident report and everything. And she's like, oh, don't talk to me, my husband is coming. I'm like, oh, so you're one of them. You can't survive without your husband, bitch? You can't handle situations without your husband? Stupid ass. So her husband comes, And he's very nice. He apologizes. This is the first time somebody told me that they're sorry, because at the end of the day, you hit my car. Like, are you serious? It's still drivable though, so you know, it could have been worse. Like, somebody could have been hurt. Somebody could have been in, it could have been a lot worse. So thankfully, it was like the best case scenario for a bad situation. But he was very apologetic. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna file the claim. Don't worry about it. I'll file the claim on Monday. And, you know, we're gonna deal with it through insurance. You're gonna get your car fixed. It's fine. And he was sweet. So, you know, that was the positive part. We got that done. So the good thing is, which I look at the bright side, my car needed a new bumper anyway, because it got damaged when my mother's husband decided that bumpers were for bumping, which is his saying. He actually says this, and parked my car and scratched the whole bumper up. So I needed a bumper anyway, so I'm looking at it like, okay, I'm getting a new bumper and somebody else is paying for it. So that's the bright side for me. So now my car is in the shop. I have a rental. It's all being covered by her insurance. And yeah, so that's my car fiasco. That's what has been happening. So with all those dramatics out the way, let's go in with the inner tear duct. Did she put the shimmer on the inner tear duct? I think so. So I'm gonna go in, I think I'm gonna go in with the marble shade. So I thought this was a pressed glitter in the photo. Thank God it's not. It's just a marble shade. And I'm gonna grab that. I already showed, well, did I show the swatches? Let me show the swatches so you can see what these look like. Let me pop them up right now. So there are 4 matte shades. Of course, we have the beige, the orange, the berry shade, the brown shade, and then 2 shimmers. One is more of a peachy gold, and the other one is also like a peachy shade, but it has more pink mauve to it, and that's the marble shade, and we're using that on the inner tear duct. So I'm gonna just pop that on the inner tear duct really quickly. That looks a lot darker on me than it does on Vanessa, but that is cool because it's cute. Just a little bit. I don't like a stark inner tear duct highlight anyway, so that's what we shall do. Alright, so what was I even saying? I just took a break. But anyhow, yeah, all of that, the husband did the processing, whatever. She's still a nasty hoe and never said apologize or anything, even though it was her fault. I'm sure her husband had a few choice words for her, because now they have to pay for that. You know, this is like January. It's like, come on, the new year, this is how we're starting. So anyway, I'm gonna go in with this new product from Urban Decay. It's their Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. Medium coverage, up to 24-hour wear. That is a whole lie. It has kombucha, filtrate, and marula oil. I have the shade 70 Dark. We're gonna see how this goes. I haven't tried this yet. I picked this up because I saw the new release and I'm like, I want to try it. I want to see how it is. So that's why I got this. I'm going to use a dirty foundation brush. Okay, just work with me. So yeah, I dropped off the car yesterday and I'm not paying anything. Their insurance is covering everything because obviously it wasn't my fault. Okay, this shade is a little peachy. I am more on the neutral side and a little bit even cool, sometimes yellow. It's a whole situation with my foundations, okay? I still haven't figured out like what undertone to get in foundations anymore. But anyhow, so that's being taken care of. I have a rental. They're taking care of all of that, which is a good thing. It's, again, like the best case scenario for a bad situation because no one was in the car. No one got hurt. It was minimal damage. I could have still driven the car, so I was able to like run my errands and stuff. It didn't get totaled, so I don't have to get like a new car or anything. So yeah, best case scenario in a bad situation. So I needed the new bumper like I mentioned, because my mother's husband, I went over there in Brooklyn and there are no parking spots. It's Brooklyn, you know how it is. If you know, you know. And I had my nieces with me, and the baby, she was screaming bloody murder. She didn't want me to put her down. She didn't want anybody to hold her. So I just came out of the car and I asked him to park the car, and I should have known better because he does say bumpers are for bumping, and I don't know how he got into the parking spot that he got into, because that takes some skill, so you can give him that. But like, I was sandwiched between 2 cars and my bumper got so dug up. Like, I couldn't barely get out of the spot when I was leaving because it was that tight in the spot. And I'm like, you know what, Jesus Lord, he will never ever touch my car again. Like, I refuse, right? And it's the principle of it. If you have somebody's car, my whole thing is you take care of other people's stuff better than you would take care of yours. Oh my God, this highlighter. I'm calling it a highlighter. It's a concealer, but that is hella bright. No, ma'am. I need a darker concealer than that. What else do I have? Let me do this ColourPop one. Yeah, please, because that is not okay. No. All right, let's blend that out. So that is the situation right now with my car, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. And it's so funny because with the neighbor that hit my car, I literally was ready to fight her, and I'm still kind of pissed at her. Like, I will fight her if I ever see her again, and I know what apartment she's in, so don't play with me, because she was giving stank attitude. Don't film me, don't take pictures. And the cops were like, you're in a public space, first of all, and you're in an accident that you hit somebody else, so they're well within their right to take pictures. Because like I said, my other neighbor was taking a picture for her girlfriend, you know, and I was like, because you know me, the minute she opened her mouth, I'm ready to answer her. Like, so I went up to her, I'm like, yo, you hit my car, right? So why you getting the attitude? Like, I'm gonna take pictures. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take pictures right now. And I was taking a video and pictures with her in it, and I'm like, you gonna fight me? Like, what are we doing here? We could do it. The cops are here, so whatever if you feel froggy, let's do it. Oh, don't talk to me. My husband is coming. I don't care about your husband. He could get it too. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, miss? Like, for real though. And she's talking about, oh, give me your insurance information. I'm like, I'm not giving you shit. You don't need my insurance information because it's your car that hit mine. The hell is this foolishness? The cops were like, all right, you know, let me deal with her, whatever. And, you know, you'll get all the insurance information on the accident report because he's going to file the whole paperwork stuff. So, backed myself off and kept it pushing. But that hydrator is cute. It's cute. It's more like a light to medium coverage. I'm using the same beige shade under my brow just to set that and brighten it up. It's not as yellow toned as Vanessa's, but I think that works. I think overall this is cute. It's not as intense as hers, but it's still cute. All right, let's set my skin down. Wait a minute. I have this Becca Light Shifter Finishing Veil. This is new from them. So they released this as well as a Dew-In tint, and I'll show you guys that later in another video. But I'd requested this from them because when I saw it, I was like, I want that. I want to try it out. And I asked if they could send this to me, and they did. So the shade I'm using is Vapor. It's interesting. It looks like a beautiful lightweight powder, and that's exactly what it is. It's like really, really sheer. It's not like a foundation powder like my other powders. This is definitely a finishing powder. So I'm just going to use that all over my skin using my Pure Cosmetics Kabuki brush. This is their brush with, who was that? Barbie? Who was that? This foundation shade is a little bit richer than I would normally like, but this powder, they sent me the three deepest shades, so this is the lighter one. And like I said, it's very sheer, so it's not gonna give me coverage at all. So the color, even though they don't have a massive shade range, the color actually works pretty well. Okay, we're gonna set under my eyes as well. Let's use the same powder and just sweep under my eyes because we wanna go in with eyeshadow under the eyes. So there we have it, and I'm gonna go in with the dark brown because it just looks like she has, oh well, she has the orange and the dark brown on the lower lash line. So I'm gonna go in with the dark brown first and pick up some of the orange. Let me go in with the orange actually and sweep that under my eyes on that lower lash line. It's okay, it's picking up. I thought it wasn't, but it is. Okay, lightly apply that, and then we'll go in with the brown to darken up closer to the lash line area. I'm actually gonna use the dark red brown from the Melissa palette. I really like that dark red brown. I wish this quad didn't have that pressed glitter in it because it would have been so much better if they just used a shimmer shade. Okay, but yeah, other than that, I am safe and sound. Like, everything's okay, it's fine, we're all fine, we're all well and good. No one is sick, thankfully. We actually met up with one of my cousins that actually had COVID and he recovered, and he lost 40 pounds. He was like, Tina, I was so sick, everything hurt. And he said even now his joints still hurt. So it's not just, like I said before in another video, it's not just getting COVID, it's getting through it and then having to deal with the aftermath, because you're gonna have long-term side effects. It's such a crazy sickness. It's crazy. It's such a crazy virus. But with the vaccine and everything, hopefully we're, you know, on our way to getting it under control, but it won't be right away. Obviously, it's gonna take some time, and then not everybody's gonna get the vaccine, and then is it gonna work for everyone? Like, it's gonna take a little bit. It's not gonna go back to normal anytime soon, you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully it's still like a move in the best direction, and with a new administration in place, maybe we can actually make some headway with this virus in this country, because the US, what are we doing? What is going on? Nothing good is happening. So let's put some, ooh, did my lower lashes get longer? Hold on now. Okay. And eyeliner, let's get eyeliner. We're gonna use the Makeup by Mario one in the dark brown shade instead of using like a black. I might go in with the black. Yeah, I'm gonna go in with the black. I think the black is gonna really make it pop. So let's just pop that on. And I think her highlight looks like the palette shade, like the shimmery shade from the palette. But we'll see what we do with that. I think I'm gonna also grab some lashes. Let's see what lashes I want to put on. Alright, now for the lashes. I'm going in with these lashes that I picked up at a local beauty supply store. They're the Miss 3D Volume Lash. They're silk lashes, and I'm using the style M365. These are nice and thick lashes with a bit of a flare to them. They're really beautiful, but they're not too long, so they're not gonna overwhelm my eyes at all, which I really dislike heavy lashes. And these, I think, are just gonna accentuate the eyes really well. So I'm just gonna pop those on, and once I get those on my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead with my lash curler. This is the S curler from Shuimura, and pinch my natural lashes together with the false eyelashes just to blend them and give a more seamless look. And after that, I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of liquid liner. This is from Fenty. It's the Fly Liner in the shade Cause I'm Black. It's just the black one. And I'm just gonna lightly, very lightly go over the lash line and the lash band just to conceal it, but not really creating like a heavy liner on my upper lash line area at all. And there you have it. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of bronzing, but I'm gonna use a foundation stick. This is from Juvia's Place, and I think this is just called their foundation stick. I'm not sure, but the shade is, I forget the name of this. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me. It's just called their shade sticks. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I'm putting that on my hairline, on my temple, a little bit in the, oh, that was too much, in the hollows of my cheeks, and maybe just a little bit down the bridge of my nose. I am doing the absolute most right now. We're gonna see if I can blend this out. Wish me luck. Let's go in with my Fox hairbrush. This is the FO2 from Chikuhodo, and blend that guy out. Blend her out. I do like this foundation stick, the shade stick for bronzing, because it's very lightweight and it blends so easily into the skin. It's like second skin, you can't even tell. And let's see, I put a lot in the hollows of my cheeks. I'm hoping I can blend that out without pulling it. Ooh, chiseled. Okay, I'm gonna bluff that out. I'm gonna bluff it out. I'm gonna buff it out with my foundation brush in a second, but let's just tap that in. I think that looks pretty great. I think because I use this also with my concealer, it's gonna help to tame that color just a bit. Let me go in with my foundation brush really quickly and just buff around that contour so it doesn't look as harsh. Yeah, I think that's good. Yep. And then along the nose, this is something I don't normally do, is a nose contour. One day I want to do like a full on glam look where I sculpt the hell out of my face and I do the whole highlight and snatch. Do you think I can do it, guys? I stay away from that style of makeup so much I don't even know if I can do it. But blended, didn't really do much. That was great. Yeah, good job, Tina. All right, for the blush and highlight, I feel like in this photo she used colors from the palette as well. So I'm gonna attempt to do the same. I'm gonna go in with the orange shade, which is Stush, on a blush brush and pop that on the cheeks. I think she used the pinky shade. Let's grab, you know what, let's grab both together and pop them on my cheek. That's cute. You do have to be a little bit careful because these are eyeshadow shades, so they're gonna be more pigmented than like a regular blush shade would be. But I mean, they're blending out nicely. You don't have to feel restricted with products. They're powder products. Some of them, depending on the pigment in them, they're not necessarily safe for use on the eyes all the time or on the lips. But on the face, you can get away with using pretty much any eyeshadow and you will be fine because it's just on your face. It's not as sensitive as your eyes. That's a pretty color. And then for the highlight, I think, yeah, let's use the extra shade. That's the only shade we haven't used yet. And it's a beautiful golden pink. That looks so pretty, but it's a little sparkly for me. Yeah, it's sparkly. I mean, that's not bad. Let's try the other shade, Perfectionist. That's the glittery shade. Oh, that's more on the pink mauve side, right? That's the one we used on the inner tear duct. That looks, it looks I don't even know what to say. It looks pretty. It's just not my preferred level of highlight. Like I don't like all this shimmer on my face, to be honest. I would rather not, but here we are. Okay, here we are. All right, now we finished the face. Let's go in with some lips. So I'm gonna grab a lip liner from Juvia's Place. This is the shade Cola. It's one of their luxe liners, and this one is a dark brown. And in the photo, Vanessa has like a nude lip on, and I'm going to use her gloss, but she has a dark liner on, so I'm gonna pop that on myself. So this one is a dark brown, like warm tone liner. And what I've been doing with my dark brown liners with a nude lip is leaving my Cupid's bow bare, so I don't outline that area. I actually go in with a lighter liner, which I'll go in with shortly. That's the shade So Rare, also from Juvia's Place. But I leave that area lighter than the rest of my lip because it gives me a more pouty appearance. So I think she just went in with her gloss, but I'm also going to go in with a lip color. So I'm going to go in with the shade Me from Juvia's Place, but I'm not going to apply a lot, just a little bit. And this is one of their nudes, and it's more of a peachy nude. I think this is one of their peach nudes. Just a little bit of that just to cover my lips. And then I'm going in with her lip gloss. This is Legit Nude. So let's see how that goes. Let's zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing with the lips. So you see on the Cupid's bow, it's not as defined with the dark liner, and it looks a little bit more pouty. So let's go in with the gloss. And this gloss is a light beige nude. It's not too opaque, but it still gives some color. And I think the lip color looks pretty close to hers. So what do you guys think? Oh my god, so here are the eyes up close. I love this so much. I had so much fun creating this, and ooh, I am loving this. Like, what? You can't tell me nothing, okay? that was so much fun. I was so excited to play with this palette, and I don't get too excited about makeup anymore, but sometimes, you know, you just get a palette, you see a color story, you see a look on Instagram, and you're like, oh my god, I'm inspired. So let me know what you guys think. So I wrapped up with all the drama and fiasco that's happening with me since last year and the holidays and everything, but hopefully you guys still had a really great holiday season. You had a great time off, and your new year is off to a relatively smooth start. Not like mine, like there's some humps here or there for me, and I'm just like, I'm just rolling with it, you know what I mean? Again, I'm looking at the bright side. I need a new bumper, and I haven't had to really change things in my car anyway, so it was just about time. The point is, okay, I'm fine, I have my health, and I was in a position to be able to afford the repairs. So for me, you know, it's fine. People are in worse positions than me, and that's why I always try to look at the bright side. But anyway, the other bright side is, this look is cute, right? What do you guys think? Again, let me know, and let me know if you're gonna pick this palette up or any of these products, because listen, okay, I love it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a full list of products down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If those links have an asterisk next to them, that means they are affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you shop through those links, which I truly appreciate, because it does help me to put right back into the channel. So thank you guys so much for using my links. They're also general links to Sephora, Ulta, Nordstrom, maybe even Macy's, I'm just saying. So thank you so much for shopping through my links. It really does help me with my content, and you sharing and favoriting, hitting thumbs up, and leaving comments also really helps. So thank you guys for all your support in 2020 and beyond. Like 2020, prior to 2020, now in 2021, like it's been awesome. You guys are great, and I'm looking forward to a brand new year with you guys of content, fun things. But we're gonna keep it fun, because in the Fancy fam, we like to have fun, we keep it lighthearted, and we're just here to escape from everything else that is going on in the world. So hopefully you guys are staying safe and sane as you can during this time, and I will talk. Wait, did I forget? Instagram and Twitter, you can follow me along. We get a little sassy over there, you know, as you do. But until my next video, which will be very, very soon, I will talk to you. Bye, guys.